Hello, I'm Carrie Wheeler, President-elect 2019 for the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Emily Ford, the 2019 President of the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce. Today we will be welcoming guests to discuss the Light Bulb Moment of the Month, upcoming events, Membership Minute and Now Hiring segment, Nonprofit of the Month, and at the conclusion of the episode we'll be sharing highlights from our road rally and a recent ribbon cutting. In an effort to celebrate the accomplishments and successes of our members, we recognize a member for Light Bulb Moment of the Month.
This is an opportunity for the Chamber to showcase members that have taken action to more sustainable, save money, or to help the community. Light Bulb Moment winners, additional recognition for the month of their win, highlighting their efforts.
This month we are recognizing All Saints Cemetery, and joining us today to discuss their efforts is Business Development Manager Derek Foster. Hey Derek.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Great, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at All Saints?
Sure. I'm actually going into my 10th year now, working with the Mount Elliott Cemetery Association. It's actually the association that is the umbrella over 6 cemeteries that we have in southeastern Michigan.
Oh, wow.
But today we're going to talk a little bit about All Saints Cemetery right here in our backyard of Clarkston, Waterford. But my primary role is education. I spend most of my time working with organizations, educating seniors, educating hospice nurses, social workers on how to kind of help those families with a plan. Because this is really, like we talked about earlier, something we don't really talk about too often.
It's a challenging time.
It's a very challenging time. Most people don't know how to address this time of life that really is going to affect all of us at some point.
Right.
So that's my primary role.
Can you tell us a little bit about All Saints Cemetery and the preserves?
Absolutely. I actually think we have a little clip that we can show. But All Saints Cemetery, there's a couple unique things about All Saints. I wish I had more time to talk about all those unique things, but the most unique thing that you'll find about All Saints is that it's actually on Lotus Lake. It's something you don't find in most cemeteries throughout the nation, is they don't have that great feature available. So as you come through the main gates of All Saints, you'll see the lake right down at the very end, and it's absolutely beautiful. And that's
beautiful.
what I think really sets off the property itself. But another really unique feature is the preserve. Most people don't realize that the preserve is right here in their backyard, and people say, well, what is the preserve? Well, it's one of the only all green cemeteries here in Michigan. The next question usually is, well, what's green mean?
Right.
What is green? Well, green means less of an environmental impact on the property, meaning if you've seen hybrid cars, if you've seen efforts to reduce those carbon footprints, this is what the preserve is for. People are placed in the preserve there's no metal caskets, there's no embalming fluid, there's no traditional headstones or monuments. It's very green and very eco-friendly, and that's what these newer generations, this next generation of families are looking for, something less impactful on our environment.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
That's great information. I did not know that.
And most people don't, and it's right here in your backyard
Right.
of Waterford, Clarkston.
So would you like to share with us, I know we were talking earlier, as you mentioned a little bit about, the planning that should go into, this major life event.
Well, I always tell people the first thing they need to do is have a conversation. If they're married, have that conversation with their spouse, their family. Let somebody know, because many times as we're talking with families and we're asking them, what did your spouse want? What did your child, your sister, your brother, what did they want? And many times we get blank stares. They never had that discussion. And if I even ask anyone, I'll say, well, when did you have your last discussion? Was it at Christmas, or was it at Thanksgiving, or your birthday, or when was it? And most of them say, we don't talk about that.
No, right.
Most people have the discussion when the event happens. But the problem with that is everything is really driven by finances, right? People always say, well, it's very expensive to be buried, or it's very expensive for cemetery and funeral. But the reality is they don't even know what the costs are. So we encourage people to take 30 minutes out of their day, just 30 minutes, is come in and visit with a counselor. And have a very candid, casual conversation. Find out what the expenses are that's involved, to make sure they know, to have a plan. It's like anything that's a major event in our life. We know it's going to go better when there's a plan in place, but so many people just say, no, we're just going to wing it, and many times it doesn't turn out how they expect it to.
Sure. Do you have any upcoming events that you'd like to talk about? Or
Well, the neat thing is we're always trying to do some different things in the community, and we recently had a blood drive with the Red Cross. Actually, last Friday, it was extremely successful, and it's something I think a lot of people don't kind of equate a cemetery with a blood drive. It's kind of different, but our thought was we want to give life back to our community. We're not looking for people to come into our cemetery. We don't want that. We don't want death to come any sooner than it has to. So we wanted to give something back to the community, and we had a real successful blood drive on Friday. And one other event we did have, and I'll tell you quickly about, was trunk or treat. Now, I will tell you that trunk or treats have been, for cemeteries, kind of taboo. They typically don't do those things. It's typically for churches, elementary schools, and things like that. But we did it this year. We had a tremendous response. We're actually going to do it again next year. And it went fantastic. It's just a way that we can bring the community in. We had the fire department, we had the police department, we had EMS there, all with their lights and sirens on. It went fantastic, and the community really enjoyed it. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before?
I really think the big thing is I encourage families to come in and just talk about it, have that conversation. Find out what's available, and I tell people too, if they plan on living 20 more years at least, I know I do, and I'm sure you do too, is those costs do increase over the years. It's just the way it is here. But if people come in and get a better understanding of their costs, now they can have a better plan for when that event does take place.
Sure.
And there's so many new things that I would bet people aren't even aware of that are available now that weren't available even 5 years ago when we talk about cremation options and green burial that most people aren't even aware that are ready to go.
And is all that on your website if I wanted to go on there to get some talking points to spark the conversation with my
Yes.
family? All that information
The
is
majority of it is on
okay.
our website. We encourage it's mountelliott.com,
Okay.
www.mountelliott.com. But I will always say that you'll get a better understanding and get some better information, especially pricing, because we don't put our pricing on the internet. But
Sure.
that's the biggest factor in whether people are going to do something or not. And I always like to tell people that we're not as expensive as we look, because that's the big thing. You know, people say it's so beautiful. It's got to be real expensive,
Right.
but we are a nonprofit. We roll everything right back into our property, so it looks as good as it does.
Okay.
It's a really important facet.
It is. It really is.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Derek. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
This
you
was
for
great.
your time.
Thank you. And here's Gina to talk about some of our upcoming events at the Chamber.
Some of our upcoming events are Women in Business on February 28th at 10:30. This will be at Fountains Golf and Banquet. Next, we have our Body, Mind, Green Expo, which will be on April 18th at 5 o'clock at Clarkston High School. And we have our food truck rally on May 17th at 4:30. Location is to be determined. Some of our hiring members are Rebecca's Health and Nutrition Source, who is looking for a wellness coach. If you're interested in a rewarding career in health and nutrition, Rebecca's has an opportunity for you. They aren't like your normal health food store. They offer one-on-one advice to their customers. Customer service comes first, so communication skills and confidence is key. They are willing to train you to become a successful wellness coach. Night and weekend availability is required. They are a growing company, opening new stores every year with room for advancement and growth in the near future. Real Living Great Lakes Real Estate is hiring a part-time admin/call coordinator to start immediately, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This position could be a shared position. Please send your resume to kkuhn@mirealsource.com.
The Chamber highlights a nonprofit member each month to raise awareness about their organization and all the great things they are doing. This month, we are proud to highlight Clarkston Community Women's Club. And joining us today is Gail Ferguson, Pat Miller, and Betty Cosma. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So would you like to tell us a little bit about the mission of your organization?
Well, we are the founders of the Independence District Library, and it started in 1954. Janet Rose was the person that her and a group of ladies found in Clarkston. There were no children's books or anything, so they all compiled their books together and met in their home, and then from there they found this little white house that's next to the township on M15. And then from there, Independence Township took over the library, and now the library has its own. It's on its own, and through a lot of fundraising.
That's great.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wondered how do you raise money for your projects that you have at your...
We recently had a Greens flower sale, and we raised
okay.
enough that we've been able for the last 2 years give 2 $1,000 scholarships to the young ladies at at Clarkston High School.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, and then we're having another fundraiser in May 22nd, 23rd that you can go out to Wojo's and buy flowers. And if you just tell our name, we get a percentage of it.
Oh, is that through it only in May or?
Just May 22nd, 23rd.
Okay.
Just if
Okay.
you buy your flowers before Memorial Day.
Okay.
And then you can go out there and you just name Clarkston Women's Club and they'll give us, I think, 10%.
Oh, that's
great.
nice.
Of the
And is
sales.
that for the scholarship program?
It'll be that or to the library. The library is another one that we give. And we also help Clarkston Youth Assistance.
Okay.
And we've done Concert in the Park. We've done many other fun, donations to other places in Clarkston.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
So Pat, how long have you been a member?
I've only been a member for 2 years,
Okay.
and so I got involved with it because upon my retirement from being a teacher, I was looking for some activities to do, and I got involved in some other activities, met some women from the group, and I was encouraged to join. So I went to a meeting, and I was very grateful that I did it because it's a nice group of women, and it's really a wonderful, I really like the idea that they provide the scholarship, having been a teacher and being involved in education.
Sure.
So I think that they do a wonderful job, and they try to help out other organizations in the community.
Great. And Betty, how often does the group meet?
We meet once a month, the third Tuesday of the month, at the Clarkston Independence District Library.
Okay. So if somebody is interested in joining your club, is there room or how would they go about reaching out to you to?
We welcome new members.
Okay.
We're
All
always
right.
looking for new members. We're always looking for people to help out. All they have to do is show up at a meeting and just decide if they like us, because as far as we're concerned, we like them.
Okay. The more help, the better, right?
Yes, exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
That's fantastic. Anything else that you guys would like to share
Well, we
with
always
us about
have,
your?
when we do meet on the third Tuesday, we always have a very good program, and then we have
Okay.
our business meeting later. However, in March and April, we've had to change those meetings to the second Tuesday, but we always advertise in the Clarkston News,
Oh, okay.
and that lets you know what's going on. So, and we do go out to restaurants now and then, which in
nice.
February we are. There's different restaurants and different businesses in Clarkston that's helped contribute to our green sale quite a bit.
Okay.
And we try to accommodate them, then we'll go back to theirs.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
So we try to serve the community, and we
Yeah.
try to have fun doing it.
And our
sounds like
programs are exciting and they're fun. We've done everything from yoga to having someone come in from the sheriff's office and talk about safety. So many things that everyone can enjoy.
Awesome. And thank you for all your contributions to the community
Yes.
too. Those probably go unnoticed, but now that you mention all the things that you've done, we really appreciate you being so active.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely, it's such an added value to our community. Do you have a website
We
for
do.
information on upcoming
It's,
events?
Clarkston Community Women's Club.org, and we're on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay,
So I think you have to go through Facebook, and then you can get it, or one or the other, but we are on Facebook also.
Awesome.
So-
And Gail, was there some
Well, I
things you
wanted to show you
us?
this. This is the picture this is the little White House, which is still there. And I don't know what's involved in there now. I haven't been there. I wasn't in this
not
part.
the sock hop anymore,
No,
right?
it's
Not the sock hop.
And this is a picture of Janet Rose, who has since passed away, but she was the one that really started everything.
She was the founder?
Yes, and
Okay.
this was at our 50th anniversary. We had a tea at the library, and we had quite a turnout for that. That was really very nice.
Awesome.
Sounds like she was an amazing lady.
She really was, yes. Usually if there's any Clarkstonians around, if they mention her name, they all knew her.
Damn.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, thank you ladies so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
We really appreciate
Thanks for all
it.
you do.
Thank you very much.
Chamber members can be featured on Chamber Chatter. We are concluding today's show with a recent ribbon cutting highlight. We hope you enjoy.
Thanks for watching.
See you next month.
At Great Cooks here, we provide excellent customer service as well as quality haircuts, and our goal is to provide that at a value for everyone. love Clarkston because it is a true community. Everyone is so kind, so friendly, nice, and they really group together to do things as an organization and as a group. The Chamber has already provided me many resources as well as introduced me to many business owners and local people in the area.